G'day and Happy New Year to everybody. I hope you're having a good Christmas and New Year break and you're looking forward to starting a new year. I've been listening to some of the psychics and what they have to say about what we are to expect in the next year. And it looks like we're in for just as much turmoil and havoc as what we've had in the last year. So, albeit that sounds pretty drastic, but apparently this is a phase that we need to be going through in the world at the moment to actually shift us to the next level of consciousness for humankind. And what we need to do is not get so caught into the dramas and the bad news on the television and all that sort of stuff, but be more focused on raising our own energy and being in a place where we can handle what comes along on a spiritual level, by raising our own energy and creating those skills within ourselves, a strong foundation, I guess, so that we don't get blown over by the bad news and that sort of thing. Media seems to be pumping out the news and the drama and putting us all into a fear state, and we don't need to be in that kind of state. We need to be looking at how we can affect the world through love. So this is what we need to be focusing on and working on ourselves to create within. The media moguls and the big end of town would like us to remain in a fear mode. All the conspiracy theories and all that sort of stuff that keep us looking over our shoulder and wondering what's going to come next. All the images on television that we see in regards to the traumatic events in Palestine and Ukraine and disasters happening around the world, especially with the effects of global warming and that kind of thing. We need to start to focus more on our own world and what's immediately around us, rather than get so caught up with all the perceived bad things, which of course the media blows out of proportion as well. It's not nice to see what's happening in Palestine, but I'm a great believer that all those children that are getting killed are like little angels that have come to us to help teach us that there is a better way. It's learning from the darkness. Without the darkness, we don't appreciate the light. So when you see things like that happening, yes, you can have compassion for the people involved and the pain that's going on, but we also need to be able to step back and see the bigger picture of what's going on, which is hard to do when you're somebody who's in the middle of it, and it's your children that are being killed or your relatives that are being killed. That can really drag you down as a soul, but the only way that you're going to get through that is through having that perspective of understanding that there is a reason behind all this, and that those little souls, believe it or not, chose to do this. They chose to come in for a short period of time and leave as teachers to us, so that we can actually recognize where we don't want to go as humankind. They're okay. They're not dead. They've actually gone back to the other side, or to the higher levels of consciousness, and they can choose to reincarnate again. But for us, even though it looks traumatic, it's really the lessons that they bring. So it's important that we don't get so caught up in the tragedy of all that, but that we actually do stay focused on changing the world by changing ourselves, by actually working on ourselves, looking at how we personally are evolving spiritually and how we can actually then share that with the world through who we are. And it doesn't have to be in big ways. We don't have to go out and march in the street and wave placards. We can just be the best person that we can be in whatever chosen job that we have, whether it be through our work or through the clubs that we're involved with, or even through our own personal way of giving. I mean, there are that many people now who are um, pumping out information on the internet. It's become a great vehicle for reaching people all around the world, and obviously I'm doing the same thing. I'm sharing my thoughts on what's going on in the world via the internet, um, in the hope that, you know, maybe some of my thoughts might help others, um, heal or change the way that they think about things too. I mean, all of my stuff has been influenced by other people doing exactly the same thing as me, and there's a lot of great teachers out there. One of the best things that I've found is a podcast called Next Level Soul, run by a guy by the name of Alex Ferrari, who interviews people on a whole range of spiritual subjects. And some of it may sound pretty oomy-goomy, in that, it's channeled stuff, and if you're not used to that, it can be a bit hard to take and easy to ridicule, like a lot of things are that we don't really understand. But if you take the time of actually listening to what people have to say rather than judging the style that it's coming, listen to the information and it'll blow you away. It's actually really good stuff, and it's helped me a lot working through the stuff that I've been working through in the last few years, and opened me up to my spiritual self so much more, and the possibilities of where we're headed, as souls and as the human race as well. Um, None of this is permanent. We're here to learn lessons, we're here to evolve. We are basically source, recognizing source through the lessons that we learn. And so I thoroughly encourage people to learn as much about, actually look within and learn as much about their true nature and the nature of the soul as compared to the physical incarnation that we have here, and give yourself a little bit of a nudge along. Um, I believe that the spiritual veil is thinning, and we're seeing more and more people come out and actually say what they truly believe instead of covering it up because they're scared of being ridiculed. And that's what I'm starting to do. I don't care anymore what other people think of me. Honestly, I've got to an age now where, you can like it or lump it, because I'm happy being me, and what I express is what builds up in my chest and needs to be expressed. It's the spirit within wanting to come out and mingle with other people of like minds, and there are millions of them out there. And we'll see more and more as time progresses. So what the psychics are saying is that the next couple of years are going to be, like I said, quite tumultuous, and we're going to see a lot of things that we would rather not see. But we are actually moving into the next level of vibration, or the next dimension of vibration that opens us up to a far more spiritual perspective of what's happening in this world. And that's something to look forward to, even though we're going through basically what you could put down as birthing pains at the moment. We really are moving towards a better world, and I believe that we have the assistance of higher beings in this as well. That we're not the only level of consciousness. That there are actually higher levels of consciousness, and these beings are around us all the time and helping us all the time. Now, you can call me crazy, I don't give a stuff, but I really believe this, and have felt this for some time now, that there is more. And the more I listen to spiritual speakers and that sort of thing, the more I feel that this is a reality, that you can call them extraterrestrials, you can call them higher beings, call them whatever you like, but there is far more going on than meets the mortal eye. And the sooner we can let go of our preconceived ideas of what reality is, because in fact none of this is real. This is just a a play that it's like a play. We're the actors in a play. This mortal coil. We come down here to learn the lessons, but in truth we are all spiritual beings, and this is just This is just something that we've created to learn the lessons. As real as it feels here, and we're fooled into believing that it's real, it isn't real at all. And the more you look into the spiritual aspects of life, the more you realize that there is so much more out there. But anyway, I don't want to blow you away with all that, but I just want to say, for the next year, for this new year coming in, make it your priority to really think about the reason that we're here and the reason that we exist, and do it through self-love and through sharing love to others, because I believe that is the nature of Source. The nature of Source is that energy of love, that creative, loving power that flows through all things and heals and grows plants and all that sort of stuff. It's that energy that life relies on to exist. So make love your priority, and really look hard into the meaning of life, and you will find that this next year, despite all the chaos that's going on around, will be a little bit easier, because you'll find the tools within to actually cope with it. So Happy New Year, and I hope you can fall in line with these kind of things. I'm probably not putting it very clearly. I'm a bit rambly, but that's my wish for all of you in this new year. So Happy New Year. Bye.